up, though? This your boy Spank coming to you again live. You hear me? Hollering at you about a new build. This is the Striker build. Of course, you already know how I do. I started off with no mods in it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my boys wanted me to put a Striker build out. They wanted me to show how the Strikers build and, some other ones. So I started out doing skill builds. Still looking to do the rest of those. But I'm like, man, go ahead and do your Striker, man. Put some stuff out there that people can use, you know what I'm saying? Beat these folks up in the DZ thing. So let's get to some hitters. So the Striker, everybody, if you don't know about the Striker, you should. If you don't, here we go. Set 2 bonuses stability. Set 3 bonuses enemy armor damage. Set 4, every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage. Stacks up to 100%. Missing shots drop bonus by 2%. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second. Bonus can be paused by EMP and is lost when exiting combat. What that means is you start to stack. You will build stacks at the bottom of where all of your the grenades and health kit are down there at the bottom of your abilities. You'll start stacking. So you want to hit your shots. As a striker, you want to get them repeatedly. So you stack up to 100, which increases the damage. So what the striker does is the more you stack, the more damage you do to a person or add or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It increases the damage. So say you are at 130% damage. You stack in 100, you are at 100 stack, you're doing 100% more than that. You see what I'm saying? You just kicking mad butt. So that's what you want with a striker. The fifth one adds another 10% stability and another 5% enemy armor damage. Now here's the new one with the 6-piece. It's called Striker's Persistence. Every hit adds a self-healing bonus for a 0.02% of max health per second. This bonus is increased by 0.5% for every 3,000 stamina. Stacks up to 100 hits. Missing shots drops the bonus by 1%. By 1 stack. And the bonus is reduced by 2 stacks every second. The improved battle gear. Every hit increases the bonus damage from striker battle gear by an additional 1%. Okay? So, as we all know, you won't get to 12,000. So 3,000 times 3 is 9,000, which is where you want your stamina to be. That gives you the max of your self-healing bonus when you are at 9,000. That will become very important later on. So 9,000 is important. We'll deal with more healing after that. So of course, what do? We get our stuff to 9,000. So what's on the mask? Well, we have electronics, exotic damage resilience, and damage to elites. Well, since we want it on stamina, let's do the stamina first. There we go, 1339. And of course, we trying to get to 9,000. So let's try to get the stamina up as high as we can. There we go. Chest plate is on stamina. We'll leave that for now. It's already on stamina. Backpack. And the backpack is on stamina. Let's change that. To firearms, let's change that to stamina. Because we want stamina at 9,000. Let's hope we can do this quickly. What up, Juicy Juice? Sitting there trying to get this striker build done. We're Don't put him at 9,000. Try to increase the crit hit chance, crit hit damage. You know what I'm saying? Juicy joined me on my broadcast. She has her own channel, Juicy Lips Gaming. Please go and check her out. That's my girl from way back. She's a truer. And she's a play on here, y'all. Be weary of that woman. You see her in the DZ, watch out for her. Oh look, she at the dealership. Go ahead, girl, get your new reels. I'm just making this striker video real quick. You know what I'm saying? I had to plug your channel too. Had to hook you up. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Juicy Lips Gaming, and holla at her too. You feel me? We run that DZ like mad, folks. All right. Oh, you know I got you, girl. All day. All right, so on the holster, you already know about these holsters. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you have to worry about is rolling the bottom, but you don't need skill haste with a striker. What you're looking for. Oh, get this service? Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You want crit hit chance. The reason why you want crit hit chance on your holster is because you want to increase as much crit hit chance and crit hit damage as you can. Because the more crits you do, increases your stacks. We already know you got juicy lips, girl. That's my girl, Juice. All right, so they only giving us 3.5 for right now. So we're going to go to the knee pads. Knee pads on firearms. What do we want? Of course, we want them on stamina. 1387, not too bad. You want the crit hit damage. All right, now let's see what we're working with. How we looking at, what are we looking at on our stamina now? All righty. All right. I'm taking out stamina, crit hit chance mods. All righty, look at that there. We are at 8953. And you say, why did I do that? Okay, let's go back so we can explain why. Bring them back out so we can explain why we're doing this. Okay. As it sets, the stamina is at 7623. Your firearm is going to be around 4,000 on a striker suit anyway after the stamina gets to 9,000. You don't have to worry about electronics because a striker's not built on electronics. So your electronics going to sit around 2,900. Firearms at max probably about 4175, something like that. So you want your stamina up at 9,000. Well, this is why we left it with the mods going in. On your mask, you have stamina. Okay. Now we want to increase how much crit we're doing. And remember, on your pieces, you get to roll twice. So now I have stamina and crit hit chance on my face mask with damage to elites. On your chest, you have the stamina there already. It's 1342. You have health on kill, skill, haste, and ammo capacity. Well, you don't need skill haste. So what is a better fit for this? What you could do is two different things you could put on your striker. I go with exotic damage resilience. That way, with bombs, the bleed, all of the little extras that the enemy do, it helps to guard you against it. Another thing you can put on there is health. Enemy armor damage as well, because striker, as you saw on the chest plate, it has enemy armor damage. So you can do that. What I use is exotic damage resilience. As stated before, you have 10% enemy armor damage there, extra 5% there. So that's 15. You could put enemy armor damage there as well. I like the exotic damage resilience to guard away from exotic damage. Okay, health on kill increases how much healing you do within your suit. So when you kill somebody, their death heals you 5%. So that's why I have the health on kill on there. That to me is better than health, because health is just a standard. It just sits there as health. Health on kill regenerates health. That's the purpose of it. Okay. So now in the backpack, of course, everybody knows Spank loves his ammo capacity. With a striker is already stable, so shooting any of the guns, your stability is already increased. So what I put here is critical hit damage. So that's what you want, stamina and critical hit damage. That helps to increase the damage that you put out. Same on your knee pass. See, stamina, critical hit damage, shock, burn, and instead of disorient resistance, because of the amount of predators that's out there, I like the shock, burn, and bleed. That's what I put on my striker knee pads. Nah. As stated, we at 7623. So let's go to the gloves, and you'll see what I mean by having to change everything else. You know I like to do my gloves last, but let's get on these gloves. We're going to keep the firearms for the gloves. That's going to stay with the striker. Now we have the crit hit chance already. Well, what I'm building is a SMG striker. You can use shotgun. A lot of people go with the shotgun, but you'll use one shotgun and an SMG. Some people go with LMGs. You can choose whatever guns you want to use, but this one is going to be a striker. I mean, SMG. So what I put on mine is SMG damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. So you have firearms, crit hit chance, SMG damage, and crit hit damage. Now, for folks who want to use the SMG and the shotgun, you can go two gun specific. You can put a shotgun on there as well. So you'll have crit hit chance, SMG, and shotgun, or LMG, depending on what you want to do. You could also put health on kill on there. That's another good one. But in order to increase the damage that you're putting out for a striker, it is advised that you use crit hit damage. They ever give it to me. There it is. Crit hit damage. Okay, so you have firearms, crit hit chance, SMG damage, and crit hit damage. That's what's on your gloves. Okay? Now, you say, why didn't I put that on stamina? Because you want it up at stamina. Well, you want to make sure that your firearms are going to be at 4,000. So why change that already? I can increase my stamina by doing the mods. So and I use crit hit chance mods so that it increases how much crit hit chance I have. And all of that will become relevant in a minute.
Your attention, please. Do not, I repeat, do not feed the stray dogs near the perimeter. They are wild animals, and interacting with them is not safe.
There you go. Okay, so now we're back at 89.53. So we need 47 points more in order to get that stamina up to 9,000. Where are we going to get that? That's 98. There's 42. There's 80. I needed 40, huh? Okay, let's start with this one. And of course, the only reason I'm rolling on this one is because of what I need for my stamina. Well, I have everything I need here, so I'm going to go ahead and roll up on my stamina on my chest plate. That's going to get me to the 9,000. And there you have it. So, now you got 9016. That gives you your stamina. You get 9,000 stamina. Firearms at 4,000. Now,
Your attention, please. Children's story hour will
let's
begin
take a
less
gander
than
at the
1
weapons.
minute.
Well, before we do that, let's go with performance mods. For me, performance wise, as a striker, I use 2 first aid self heal mods at 6%. In my holster, I use a crit hit damage mod and a support station healing speed mod. Is my numbers 2. I mean, you can use 3 self heal mods if you want, but someone is going to drop a pulse, even if you use a pulse. Say you use a pulse, that increase 2 more percent for you. Okay. Anybody else increases a pulse, you'll have that. Now, I'm gonna change this handgun here. This is a quick and easy one here. We'll just use that one now just to set up just so that the gun's lights are on. Okay?
Your attention,
Now,
please.
what
40
I like to
equipment
do
and new
with a
recovery kit
striker, you
will be
want
available by the end of the week.
to, of
All
course, to
members
kill
are
folks.
encouraged to
Now, a
participate
lot
in
of people
any
like Adept.
exercise and
Adept
activity.
won't work because you need 3832 on your electronics.
Your attention, please.
Electronics will never
For
get
your
to that.
protection, we will be
Not with
continuing these
9,000
animations
stamina.
to feature for the
So,
foreseeable future.
we see the deadly
Again,
works.
we
All
thank
right,
you for
let's
your
look for one
attention.
with deadly. Well, there's one there. Let's look for another one. There we go. That's a very good weapon. You have deadly and unforgiving. Because as a striker, you're going to lose some life. You know what I'm saying? Some of your bars going to go down. Unforgiving is a beautiful talent for that because missing health segments increase your damage by 1%. For one missing segment increases it by 10%. Two missing segments, so when you get down to that last segment, you increase by 25%. Imagine yourself being at 100% stacking with 25% added onto that. That's a beautiful weapon. So we'll take that weapon. Okay, and both of them lights are on. So now you have a damage weapon. You're putting damage down. Now, a good thing for a striker is also to heal himself. That's why I was telling you that a striker has a healing suit. So there's different guns that you can use for healing. Now, of course, you still want to be able to kill, so I advise one good weapon that I like to use. I do a double house. My first house has deadly and unforgiving. So that means I'm going to put them on the ground with that one. Okay? Well, say you run out of, get close to running out of ammunition. You know what I'm saying? They about to die. Or you full. You know what I'm saying? They about to die anyway. You just need to switch over. Why do you want to switch over? So you can continue with that deadly damage and then critical hits with this weapon heal the user for 3% of damage dealt. So if you use this one while you're critting, while you're shooting them, critting, you will be getting 3% of healing. Now, a better weapon that I like to use is the one that does both. So, my first weapon is a deadly unforgiving. That's when I'm putting hurting on you. While you shooting me, while I'm building my stacks, I'm putting hurting on you. As my damage has increased, as I'm killing you, there we go. Sustain. Killing the target increases your health by 6%. Self-preserve. Crit hits with this weapon heal the user for 3% of damage dealt. You know what I'm saying? So, you have a damage weapon and a healing weapon. Now, both of them are going to do damage. As you see, they're both doing 17.2 with 23% crit hit chance already. They are optimized out. So, we're doing top crit plus damage on both guns. Sorry. Okay. So, now, the first house, the one with the sustain, sorry, the second house, the one with the sustain and self-preserve, is hitting for 51% crit hit chance. Isn't that beautiful? With only 1.1 and 105% damage. Okay. The unforgiven one, the deadly and unforgiven one, is 51% with 120% damage. Okay. Now that's beautiful. The reason being, and I can do this all day, you know what I'm saying, but to shorten up time, it depends on the mods. See what I'm saying? This one only 7% crit hit damage, 4% crit hit chance, or 7% chance, 4% damage with accuracy. So it depends on the mods that you put on. All right, the second gun, this one has 19%. See, so the change up of your mods will change or increase or lessen. See, this one can have 19% damage on here, which would increase the damage. So depending on the mods that you use, increase or decrease how much crit hit chance and crit hit damage that you do.
Your attention, please. Due to a scheduling error, group grief counseling has been rescheduled for Thursday afternoon. We apologize for the inconvenience.
If you use a pulse, your crit hit chance goes up by 7%. Crit hit damage by 11%. Then that mod, so it's 13% with that. Okay? What I use is a healing. If you use a healing, this one does an increase in healing and damage resistance. Okay? Booster shot just heals you, of course, and then the defibrillator picks folks up. Alright, so there you have your striker build with crit hit chance and crit hit damage. And like I said, to maximize your crit hit chance and crit hit damage, just maximize your mods.